you'd mentioned a little bit with Ralph and I, like that you've sort of learned how to control the guttural screaming that a lot of the songs are going to require tonight, without just destroying your vocal cords for the rest of the tour. Basically, I'm assuming it's a long time coming. Obviously, you have to use way different strengths for some of your other projects, but I mean, obviously you don't do that whole "I don't want to waste my voice beforehand" thing.
Nah, I've generally found the more I use my voice, the better. I kind of just warm it up throughout the day by never shutting up. Yeah, I had to figure out some technique stuff with the screaming stuff, because it's inherently very destructive on one's neck parts. But I've got it to a pretty good place, so it's holding up thus far.
I'm impressed, and again, I've never heard of the whole thing of the more you use it, the better it gets.
Well, it is a muscle,
yeah,
right?
I suppose so.
And you need to warm up just like with a workout. You don't just want to run into that. But I'm curious if you have like a certain vocal coach or an ENT that you go to who recommends things.
I've been to a few ENTs over the years. I'm kind of proactively looking for a new one. My former one passed away, unfortunately.
Aww.
R.I.P. Sugarman. But I'm moving back to Nashville right now, so I know there's a few there. Actually, I got laryngitis a couple tours ago, like a week in, and we had to cancel the tour. It was horrible, but it was on. I want to say it was on Labor Day, maybe. It was on some holiday where people don't go to work, and I had to get looked at, and this was the day we found out that we had a very famous fan who made a couple phone calls and got me in had a doctor leave their house on a holiday and come into work just to see me. And apparently, Carrie Underwood likes us. So
Are you kidding
thank you,
me?
Carrie Underwood,
Wow.
for saving my voice.
Have you met her in Nashville before, or
I still haven't. She was going to come to that show, but then canceled the tour.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Only person that doesn't like her right now are Giants fan that heard her say in the opening of Sunday Night Football right before they lost 40-0 last night. I apologize to all of New York for that. But
Sports ball.
yeah. Shouldn't have even referenced it. Don't encourage him. Well, as far as today is concerned, did you look on the schedule and think, our first New York show is on 9/11?
Yeah.
Were you?
No pressure. It's cool because it's not like a notable day in a notable city or anything.
Oh, that's immediately what I thought. I'm like, you don't want to say no, but then what do you do when you don't want to do
I think of you, I think of American patriotism. I do.
Yeah, I'm very patriotic. I love this country a lot, but I wish I would have played yesterday.
Do you all have to sit down together and plan something cohesive? So that not everyone's mentioning it it just seems to me like a horrible hurdle. It
is. It's a challenge in and of itself. It's a whole new obstacle because I joke around a lot during the show.
Right, and you still
I'm just trying to, and I'm going to, but it's like cool. I don't want to mention it. I think I'm in my head. I'm at a point where it's like, cool, I'm going to mention it at the end, because that way I can joke around a bunch and then end on a somber note, and then all of the fun was had. We're good.
That's good.
I feel like if you say it too early and then just joke around, I don't want that to feel disrespectful either. But then my worry is, leaving it to the end, everyone spends the whole night going, is he not going to address this at all?
Yeah. Hopefully they've been tailgating long enough where they forgot what date it was to begin with. Yeah. I know a lot of people in the band, if not all of them, have kids now. Yeah. Is it just is touring, is it hard to find the stuff that you like as you've been doing this for a while?
Yeah, they'll have, but I'm the only one with no children. So they'll have kids, and it's a lot harder for it. Ben is at home currently. He's not coming out right now, just to spend time with his kids and his wife, who had some health issues, so he's staying home to help there. But it's definitely tough, and it's. I can't imagine how hard it is for them. I mean, I do FaceTime my dog a lot, but it's. I get to watch them just kind of watch their children grow up through a phone.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
gotta be rough.
Well, and I remember, like, during that brief, dark period where you were out of the band, I know a lot of it just had to do with the constant touring and being manipulated by the people that you were represented by. But I remember, and perhaps I got this wrong, but at one point you touched on the fact that there were actual fights in the bus.
Yeah.
Which how does that even work physics-wise? Like, that sounds like one of those action movies based in a plane.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. It's a lot like that, but drunker.
Yeah.
There's
Amazing reality show.
there's a couple strange new sports coming out of, I believe, Russia, which people keep circulating on the internet.
Slapping.
No, better or worse, depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
There's one of them where they're doing jujitsu in a car, and another one where they're doing like boxing in a phone booth.
Oh my God.
And everyone's watching me like, this is so insane. How do they even do that? And in my head, I'm going like, I was watching this 12 years ago.
That is unbelievable, though. I mean, like, if this were a reality show, I would watch the fuck out of it. Oh, speaking, ye shall receive.
Yeah.
No, oh my God.
Again, I'm sorry. Every time I see this, we're just one step away from fornicating. Like, it is so close to being sexual that
I've done
goes
that.
back.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have to say, this is the value of boredom. These always come from the countries that don't have a lot going on. Russians, really, they've got their winter, they've got their vodka. And from that comes something like this. Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about not having a lot going on.
Speaking of world tour and get out of here.
Yeah.
This is insane.
The poor phone booth.
Yeah.
Oh, you've given me so many things to go down wormhole-wise tonight. Oh, there's the slapping. Oh, God. Wow.
So, touring the world, different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found certain countries respond to you in different ways? Are you surprised by what certain people like versus people in other countries? Different songs that hit harder?
There's a story I got reminded of a couple of days ago, and it was the first time we went over to Asia, I believe. It was Asia or South America. It was one of the two. They're nuts either way, because people don't go there so much.
Yeah.
And when we were there, we were trying to get into the van to go back to the hotel. And the fans wanted to meet us so bad, and they're holding on to James's legs. We're holding on to his arms, trying to pull him into the van. They're trying to pull him out, and he's just floating.
This is insane.
And his pants start coming down.
no.
His ass is out in the street.
I think we just watched this, actually.
Yeah, right?
Wow. And especially, I guess less so South America, but certainly in a lot of Asian countries, you picture them to be a little more reserved. But,
Yeah, they lose their minds every once in a while.
well, and we talked about this a little bit briefly too, but I've learned money to be made on being sampled in a K-pop song, which is exactly what happened to this guy.
Yeah.
And he had no idea until after it came out. Yeah, how does that work? As long as you get paid, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I was probably supposed to have been looped in on it, and there's probably a missed email somewhere. But, no harm, no foul.
Right. I mean, it was.
Would you have said no?
No, I would not.
Yeah.
Even I've heard of these guys, BTS.
Yeah.
They're huge, and so if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
I even have the name Silver Spoon.
So
Show.
strangely, they asked me to do another one a couple years ago, and I hadn't written that for them. It was just a rock song that they turned into that, apparently. And when I sat down to actually write a song for them, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I said, cool, I'm writing a K-pop song.
Yeah.
That's really stretching the old.
Happy Clappy's not my usual speed.
Happy. That's funny.
Well, you are very good at writing country. Was there any at all culture shock? I mean, you're from Yorkshire, so I think there's probably some similarities actually in moving to Nashville and setting up camp there.
I mean, Nashville's a bigger city than I was ever in. I grew up in a little village with 300 people.
I guess the rural around it, I suppose.
It was just
but,
hay bales and horse shit.
yeah, that's the part I was thinking of, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I think people forget that England has a countryside.
Yeah, it's completely.
We are a farming country.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up being a very big fan of James Herriot, and in my mind's eye, I just picture there's statues of him everywhere, but that's probably not the case anymore.
It's a legal obligation.
Is it?
Yeah, everyone has framed picture.
Yeah. That's exactly how I pictured it in my mind's eye. You have to pour one out for James every time that you do a
Give it
good job on a
kisses
horse.
good night
Yeah.
kisses before you go to bed.
Oh, he was better than antidepressants for all creatures great and small. He's like a Yorkshire veterinarian.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you want to kill me right now.
History over my head.
It's not really history. It's just
Oh.
delightfulness.
Sure.
But so Nashville overall, what made you want to set up base camp there? Aside from the obvious influences there as well.
This is a lot of work. I have a lot of friends there, but it's just my productivity is I'm able to just keep it through the roof.
Interesting.
If I stop doing things, my brain takes over, and it's crazy in there. So I have to stay busy.
Yeah, that's very good advice for anyone that's got those issues.
Now, I read that with this latest album, you all recorded it separately.
Yes.
What is that like? And
That's usually how we do it.
really?
Yeah.
Because you're all in different places.
Yeah, it's that, and it's just with modern technology, there isn't really much of a need to spend all that money going to a recording studio. We all have
Yeah, I guess
recording
not.
studios, so
yeah,
we
you all have the
get to stay at home.
equipment.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, all right, getting back to the whole touring thing, because it's just such it's such a lifestyle that I've never even remotely been a part of.
You wish.
Oh God, are you kidding me? Every
Would you
day.
like to switch? 'Cause I'm tired.
I can't carry a tune, but okay. Joe and I have always talked. We only do this for an hour a day, maybe a little over if we're feeling, if we've got a little moxie. It is amazing that for as many years as we've been doing it, neither one of us have had to shit live on air. I've never had to run out in that little funny weird run that you do right before you have to go. You're on stage for a lot longer than an hour. You're moving around. Are there what is the protocol for stuff like that? That's the stuff that fascinates me. Like, is there a bucket for them that are hung over as far as puking is concerned? How does that work?
There are trash cans backstage. Some people have definitely puked. I believe some people have pissed in trash cans. I have more than once ran around backstage with a microphone, going to the bathroom, still singing.
Oh my! By the way, that's impressive.
That-
Both holes are working it. That is unbelievable.
It was one time, I want to say it was in Richmond, but to get from the stage to the dressing rooms, it's an elevator, and people were like loading stuff on and off. So I wasn't able to get into that. So I ran out into the crowd, and there was a bathroom by the bar, and I was like hammering on I've got a microphone, I'm still singing, I'm just hammering on the door, and some guy comes out furious, like ready to fight, and
Sees it's you.
sees it's me, and he's like, I was like, fucking move!
That is the best live music experience ever, though. They're going home with a unique story that no one else has ever seen.
Yeah.
That's almost worth it.
There's one in Nebraska that has the bathroom like right next to the stage, so I got to just do the full song.
Oh,
That is so great. I'm about to give you my poo trophy here.
yes, I know. I don't
I
think you've
have
really earned.
earned it.
Talking about
I don't think you've really earned it. You have no story like that. I love
no,
that you're thinking.
no.
You've just been holding on to that for me.
Also, yeah, seriously. And also, too, we're sitting. So, I mean, we've got it easy by comparison.
Yeah.
Although, I wonder if I could bring this into a bathroom. The cord's not
No,
long
you
enough.
bring your phone, you call in.
All right, I suppose I could
Steve
do
does
that.
it all the time. He knows.
Yeah, he looks so snide over there, so very proud of himself. But those are the little things that fascinate me about the touring culture. I'm
sure.
too sedentary.
It's gross out there. Pretty gross.
It's the name of the next memoir.
We're all just animals who just need to
Yeah.
take a shit.
How long have you been in Nashville now?
Well, I've been in Florida for the last 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm just moving back right now. But I was there for 2 years. Then I moved out to Florida. And I'm going back.
I have
Just listed my house in Florida on the market 3 days ago. So if anyone would like to buy that, that would save me a lot of headache.
We do have a real estate correspondent, and I'm sadly
There we
not
go.
even kidding. But I've got several friends that are either moving back to Nashville or have just moved there. It just seems to me to be a very up and coming
Yeah.
place. Whereas people that don't necessarily use bathrooms and will shit on their person are staying in New York.
Yeah.
Or San Francisco.
Yeah, actually, San Francisco's got to speak.
They just go outside like dogs.
Yeah, and also well, there's a little bit of that here. I always do you notice any changes from when last you were in New York versus now? I always ask that to people, like if they think that there's more people here, less. It's hard to gauge.
Since the pandemic.
Yeah.
I haven't been here. Last time I was here was shortly after, and it was still a little bit dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was running around yesterday, and it was wild. I love this place. I like being in the city, and if I had a spare 10 million lying around to throw at a condo here, I would. But that's going to be a future move.
It's tough being my age and having a roommate. Not that I do.
Do you have a favorite American city to play in?
To play in, it's probably going to be Dallas, Chicago, or where else is really good? It's probably one of those two.
And is it because of the audiences, or you like to go around there?
No, I could give less of a fuck about going around Chicago.
Those from there.
Not really.
It's a very fine city.
You don't want a deep dish pizza?
Nope.
Don't sound like that.
I have to work on my Chicago accent.
I mean, in fairness, the deep dish pizza is basically cake with pizza ingredients. I
Yeah.
will say that.
Yeah. I do love Dallas. I used to live there as well. But crowds there are just particularly good in both places.
Well, I know you're a big gun enthusiast, and I was wondering, what was your take on? And it was some sort of semi-automatic. I got to get better on my gun knowledge. That Chris Rock used to an agreed upon case of Bud Light that he sent out, and then
Kid Rock?
Yeah, I was.
Chris Rock.
You did say Chris
oh,
Rock.
did I say Chris Rock?
I was trying to like remember this. I was like, I might need to.
Remember when
reference
Chris
this.
Rock mowed down an audience because they didn't laugh? It's breaking news.
Listen, old Bob Rock. He's an interesting fella, and
Oh, it sounds like you guys have hung.
no, we've our paths have crossed a couple times. I don't know. It seemed like he felt very strongly about it in that moment. He was, however, pictured drinking Bud Light like 2 weeks
yeah.
later.
Yeah, we covered it extensively.
I was like, you gotta commit.
And then the conspiracy theory, though, would be that he had some sort of underhanded deal with Bud Light. Like,
Very probable.
Because the thing that I noticed, and we studied that shit like the JFK assassination tape, where he's on a ledge at a live music venue, might have been in Nashville, and that thing's displayed very prominently.
Label out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like a pro.
Yes, and it led me to believe, again, going back to conspiracy theories, that perhaps there's something going on with
Listen,
it.
I would do almost anything for a certain amount of money.
Almost.
Well, shit in my pants, I might cross the line.
You've done it before. But that was the theory. And, but all I know is that thing, as suspect as the actual idea behind shooting up a case is concerned, what he had was pretty impressive. I assume, would you have like an arsenal over what was formerly Florida and now Nashville? I haven't gone to a shooting range in a long time.
So I spend a lot of time with the Black Rifle Coffee guys, and they have an actual arsenal of firearms, which is a great deal of fun, including a Prius with a helicopter minigun attached to it. They had a fighter jet. They just sold it. That's very disappointing. I'm trying to talk them into right now. I found a pirate ship online. I found a guy who makes pirate ships fully functioning with cannons. And I'm trying to get them to buy one, and then I shall buy one, and we're going to battle them.
All of your ideas, you have to talk to a studio executive about, because I want to see the fighting in the bus. I want to see the modern day pirate fighting.
They have a great film department, so we can. That'll definitely be filmed.
This is $1 million idea.
That would be it would be so much more baller to do that and not film it.
Yeah, that's true.
And people are just like, who are these people? They're not even doing it for content. This is just a casual Thursday.
The real loser is me. I would get live seats there and popcorn and just watch the carnage.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely film
I don't
it.
know. Also, like, if you are going to destroy a very expensive pirate ship, maybe you should document it for
Yeah,
posterity.
because then it's a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, completely. Now you're thinking, is that guy from Tampa by any chance?
No, it's somewhere in California, I believe.
I was going to say, because they have a huge, it's like their Mardi Gras, but it's based on pirates, and they all go down the river.
They're the Buccaneers, right?
There you go, yeah. They're known for, they've got a reach.
That is their sports ball team.
Yeah, I know.
I have
Literally,
that
that's all I
license-
know, though.
I have their license plate. One, because it's the only black license plate I could get in Florida, but also because my ex-wife was from Kansas City, and right after that Super Bowl loss, I just thought that would be a fun little...
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, cool.
What a wonderful little dig right there. Oh, man, I love that. Well, and, you've had to deal with EMTs with regards to your voice, but James Castles recently fractured his foot.
He did. He kicked the end of a bed.
Was that how it happened? See, I didn't know the backstory to it, which is amazing.
We all went out for some drinks, and he didn't, and he is usually the sloppiest of drunks. So we all assumed it was an alcohol-related injury, but I guess he'd stayed in, and he got up in the night to go to the bathroom and stubbed his toe and shattered it.
My brother just recently broke his foot, quite literally jumping over tulips to get inside of his house as he'd run back. And
That's when you just want to lie.
Yeah.
Be like, I was obliterated.
Yeah.
I was so drunk.
And tulips, too.
Yeah. Broke it kicking a bear. It was attacking a baby.
Sure, yes.
Was there, and I suppose it's a little different from his end than, say, Dave Grohl, but was there any talk of doing some type of, like, throne deal or something like that?
I mean, he's the drummer, so he needs his foot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we just had to come home.
Ugh.
Another tour canceled.
Then again, Rick Allen has one arm.
I know, yeah.
But you have to, it takes a lot of practice. I think he's still the only one-armed drummer in the world.
He is still one-armed, yeah.
Couldn't like hire a teenager to like get down there and just like
Oh, a roadie. That's when they really earn their money.
do the pedal down.
He tried to just do it with his other foot, but I guess just muscle memory
Yeah, that's how
wasn't done.
Any other, obviously New York being the best, but any other upcoming venues that you're particularly looking forward to when not competing in fisticuffs on the bus?
Playing. The Green Bay one's going to be really good. They're always really good to us out there. We haven't hit Chicago yet, so that one should be good.
It will be.
great.
We're going to Vegas. That's always a good time.
Oh, wow.
We're in Los Angeles the day after. So apologies to everyone in Los Angeles for the horrific hangover we will be performing with.
But, you know, they're professionals, and they'll sweat it out on stage.
Yeah, I had this 15 years on the road, and this was the first year I've had a birthday on the road.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday. I made him make a note of it, September 4th. Yes. I was going to lead with that in my intro, but I'm not good at what I do. So there was that. But I did make a note of it. Happy birthday, by the way.
And we went in Atlanta the day after. The day off was my birthday, and we were in Pensacola, which is where the Tequila offices are. So,
Okay.
So we went there.
Yeah.
I should have just called Pensacola. That was my
So the next day was pretty rough, and I talked about it a lot.
I got to
I had to apologize profusely so many times.
Oh, give me an example.
It was just like my body feels terrible, so I'm not going to be jumping around too much today.
Yeah.
Or you guys are getting a different kind of show.
Those buckets are going to just be scooched out to center stage.
Halfway through, I just said fuck it and just started drinking again.
The hair of the dog, it's a cliche, but most cliches are they're there for a reason.
Anyway, out, it's through.
What made you choose tequila?
I love it. It's a very clean liquor, and I just prefer it over everything else.
Because it's an upper.
Yeah.
Yes, but isn't all alcohol a depressant? I've heard that before, but I guess there's like an agave
I
thing.
heard that because it's the agave plant. It actually is not a downer. Like
she's a huge. I love tequila, but she's sort of an aficionado.
I don't know a ton. I just choose to drink it over other things.
Yeah, that's all you need. And how long has that been going on?
About 18 months.
I probably got in contact with them too early then if they've just launched.
Yeah, we have a new shipment coming in right now, so it'll be nationwide by the end of the year.
What's it called?
Cessenado.
Nice.
Cessenado tequila. And then we have a seltzer as well called Nectar.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great. Oh,
he loves a canned beverage.
Yeah, agave seltzer. They come in bottles too.
I prefer my tequila in bottles. I can't emphasize that enough. Well, with Ralph and I won't force you to repeat it, but it was great. He gave us a great Axl being odd anecdote, and I'm wondering, they always say don't meet your heroes, and I'm assuming at this point you've met a lot. Have you found that adage to be true, or was it just
everyone else has been very sweet?
I actually find that to be the case as well, for the most part. Like.
I don't think I really have any horror stories, honestly. Yeah.
See,
everyone's nice.
I just feel that once you actually do become super famous, you're gonna be awful to everyone.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be super famous. That's nice.
See, she can find a compliment in it.
That's so sweet. No, I think a lot of it has to do with how confident you are in yourself and what you're looking for out of an interaction with someone else. I view all celebrities as peers. They're not above me or below me. They are my equal. And so as a result, I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel, slighted or any certain way.
You got to work on the shift. You'll get to a point. Everyone's below you.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to
And
that.
they deserve to be pissed off. They're all little piss pigs.
Oh, little piss pigs. So many new
I'm excited for that tour.
Well, and I'd heard the
Piss pigs
I heard
live.
the fact that like some reps, when Asking Alexandria were in the dark days of you not with them, you had written a song and they were going to run it, and they said, "Do you want to just come back and do vocals?" And that's sort of how they were able to pull you back.
Yeah.
But one thing that I had heard recently that was another factor within this story that is just, I have to give you credit, pretty badass. He gets a call. They're like, "You got to make the decision. Are you coming back or not?" He's at a bar, and I believe he's mentioned with multiple women. And you decide, like, hold on, and you actually make the choice with a coin flip.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, that's got to have been a tremendous panty dropper. That's the part of the story that I didn't get the ending of. But any woman watching that, that's kind of badass. You're leaving it all up to the flip of a coin about whether or not you rejoin your own legendary
Sorry,
band.
you just carry coins with you?
No, it was one of theirs.
That's actually a good point right there, yeah.
I don't remember if it was one of theirs or the bartenders, but I just asked if anyone had a coin.
Oh, okay.
Because the manager kept calling me. And it wasn't about rejoining, it was just about doing the tour.
Right.
Because they had one booked, and then they fired the other guy. And he was just calling me. So I was like, fine. And I got a coin. And
Oh my God. You're the Two-Face of rock.
Yeah.
You're a Batman villain of rock. I love that so much. And were there enough people there that were actually seeing what was happening right here?
was
Because
packed.
it's a little bit.
Yeah, it
I
was-
kind of hope you saved that coin.
It was at, what's it called? It was on Demumbrian Street in Nashville. I don't remember what the place was called. Something dog something. There's a real
I
popular
bet there's a
place.
couple with dog in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than one. But, oh, I love that so much. And I'm taking it you didn't save the coin.
I didn't. It wasn't my coin to save.
Well,
Had I known that was going to be such a historic moment, I would have saved the coin.
Well,
but
I mean, if he's not going to film blowing up pirate ships, he's not going to save the
I
coin.
know.
to be fair, I've just outed myself. I'm a terrible businessman. I should have said I've got the coin, and I should have auctioned off just a
Oh
coin.
my God, for
coin, yeah.
charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The charity is, I want a new Ferrari.
See, there's
worthy
no synergy
cause.
here. The coin pays for the pirate ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Asking Alexandria album is out. My new album is going to start releasing in January. I'm going to release a song a month all next year and then drop a double album at the end of the year.
How does working man in show business?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have some other businesses that are going to be announced soon, so you have to bear with those. Yeah, we're on tour currently. My new book, photo book Dark Horse, is out now.
That's right. Accomplished photographer.
And
Stuff online.
I think that's the end of the list right now.
You know what? This is my problem. My head's too quiet. If I had a noisy head like his, I would have all these things accomplished as well.
Yeah, to be productive, what's that like?
She likes her couch.
Exhausting.
She likes her couch.